What's going on, everybody? This is Mattdoesfitness, and if university has taught me just one thing, then it's a complete waste of money. Okay, this is my bench press highlights from week 8 of my 5th cycle, and it was bloody good. You probably have gathered from the title that I'm very, very pleased with the way things went. It's been such a long time coming. Now, if you watched my bench PR video from last week, well done. If you didn't, then what is wrong with you? Go and watch it now. I hit 358 pounds, 162.5 kilos for a PR, and I'm delighted with it. Although it's not a massive PR, it is probably by far the most pleased I've ever been with a bench PR, because it's, like I said, it's been such a long time coming. I'll explain more about that in a minute. Okay, so that is the penultimate single before the PR attempt, 325 pounds, 147.5 kilos. Now, I said this before, and for me personally, the singles, the attempts leading up to a PR attempt are really, really important. I think sometimes people kind of underestimate that. If I go too heavy, particularly with bench press, I think it kind of fatigues me for the PR attempt. And if I don't go heavy enough, then obviously I'm not confident, I'm not kind of in the zone, plus my nervous system is not kind of primed and good to go. So I think it's really important. I think I got that last one right, because I felt really good going into this. Now, like I said, this is a, what is this, a 5 pound PR, a 2.5 kilo PR, which obviously is not a big deal, but like I said, in the circumstances, I'm so pleased. Now you see there, it looks like a grind. I'll be honest, but for me, it felt really good. Like the second I unracked the weight, I'm bloody pleased here, by the way. The second I unracked the weight, I generally know if I'm going to get it or not. And as soon as I got this and got it over my chest, I thought I've definitely got this. I then came down, and as soon as I started pressing, it felt easy. Like I couldn't believe it. I felt like it was going to come up easily. I don't know if I got complacent or whatever, but then the kind of second half of the rep was pretty grindy, and there was a split second where I thought, but yeah, I pushed through and it was fine, and I got it. And like I said, I'm so pleased because, since moving to this gym, obviously the benches being narrower, that's the big change, and it threw me off. And when I first moved to the gym, if you go back a couple of months and look at my test, I tried doing this weight back then, and I literally just dropped it on myself. I was nowhere near it. So to be getting it now, I'm so pleased, and I think it means that I should be able to, at this point, just kick on, and the PR should just kind of continuously come. I've said before, my target for this year is 4 plates, so 180 kilos or maybe slightly more, so I can get that 400 pound bench. I really, really want to get that. It will be incredible, and I think I've got a chance. I think after this session, I've got a chance. I think if I continue to progress the way I am, it could happen, which will be, like I said, will be madness, and will be really kind of start to give me a decent total. Anyway, I did a couple of AMRAP sets after that, as you saw, just to get a bit more work in. I was pretty fried by that point. And then we have some accessory work. So for this first session, I always do chest and tricep. So you see here I'm doing some machine flies. I think I did quite a lot. I think I did about 6 sets, including a couple of drop sets for the last 2. I am trying to do other things because I find I'm doing this machine quite a lot because I do really, really like it. I just feel all kinds of chest engagement, particularly if I do it when I'm fairly fresh. But yeah, like I said, I'm a big fan of that machine. I then did some decline press. I did a couple of machines, but I only showed this one. I think I did the same thing. I did like 6 sets. So the first 3 were heavy, and then I just went into like a series of 3 drop sets with pretty short recovery. And again, here, you can probably see it there. I can get a lot of chest engagement. I find that on a decline press, it really allows you to kind of squeeze and contract your chest. And I quite like this. And what I was doing for the first 3 reps is doing a pause, like just a little kind of short pause. And then you see here I'm just going into normal reps, just to kind of replicate what I'll be doing in a bench press, and just to alleviate or eradicate the whole kind of stretch reflex, because obviously I'm trying to engage my chest as much as possible there, because it is kind of bodybuilding type stuff. Anyway, that was the first session. This is the middle session of the week, which is always a CNS recovery / rep session. The weight stayed the same from last week, so 110 kilos, 242 pounds, and it goes 12 reps, and then an AMRAP set. And I got 12, and I think I got 13 on the last set, which we'll see in a minute. Is the first time in like 6 weeks where the reps or weight hasn't gone up. but I felt really kind of unresponsive. I think the PR session kind of took it out of me, and yeah, I mean, it was a combination of physically feeling a bit unresponsive and also mentally. I think I always get this. I said it before, I always experience in the few days after a PR, I just feel a little bit flat, because it's kind of like a, you know, a feeling of like, well, I've done it now, so you know, this isn't, it's not like a, I don't know, this stuff is a bit boring, but that soon kind of wears out. The kind of novelty of the PR goes away, and then I'm kind of focused on going bigger and better, and then obviously the motivation comes back to do these kind of menial, boring sessions. Here's my second set, and you see it's a little bit more of a grind than I would like for the last couple. And then, like I said, the third set, which we'll see now, is the AMRAP set. So I got this for 13 reps last week, and I got it for 13 again today. And I mean, some of the reps were a little bit ugly. But yeah, this is the last week of benching, or proper benching, before I go away to Malaysia, and then when I come back, I will mix things up. I'll keep this session in. It'll probably take me a couple of weeks to get back to where I am now, and then hopefully I can look to kind of up the weight, because it would be so nice to be doing like sets of 12 at like a serious weight, like getting up towards 300 pounds would A, be really cool, and B, obviously be decent for my kind of PR potential. Yeah, so that was that. Now the middle session, bodybuilding accessory work wise, I always do shoulder stuff. So you'll see here I'm doing some dumbbell shoulder press. I'm trying to gradually increase the weight here, because I've said it a million times before, my overhead strength is pathetic. If you imagine a 90-year-old woman who has shoulder injuries, and then you got her shoulder pressing, we'd probably be on a similar level. So I think I did 4 sets as heavy as I could for these, only kind of in the 6 to 8 rep at most rep range. Then did a couple of kind of light sets. Then I did some lateral raises using the cables, just to mix it up, just to do something a little bit different. I do really like these. I always forget, but these are also really good way to hit your traps. I forget and I do them, then I kind of notice that when I shrug, my traps are really sore. So if you are looking to build your traps, I would definitely recommend these. But obviously I'm doing them here for side delts. I normally do these with dumbbells, or you probably see me doing them like on a bench unilaterally, so one arm at a time with a dumbbell, which I really like. It's probably my favorite thing. But yeah, I mean, those are easier because you can do them both at a time, and it's just like a different option. Okay, here is the third and final session of the week, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I kind of got into the gym and suddenly realised that I hadn't even thought about what I was going to be doing today. But I decided to go for a touch and go session, and I went for 5 sets of 3 at 142.5 kilos, 314 pounds, and I bloody got it, which is another rep PR, and I'm really pleased again. I never feel that good on this session because it's a Saturday morning, and I do that previous bench press session on a Thursday evening, so we're talking like 36, I don't know, not even 48 hours recovery, so it's obviously not ideal. But when I do these 3 sessions, it does definitely help my bench press overall. So it's a case of just doing it. Now, I mean, I've done, prior to my PR, I was doing this with like 5-6 pounds less, 2.5 kilos less. So I think already I'm feeling pretty confident. Now, I am tempted. I've got like 2 training days before I go away, and part of me is very tempted just to retest again. Now, it won't be like ideal circumstances. It will be a bit rushed and could be a tiny bit fatigued from this session, but I mean, obviously the PR was 358, 162.5, and now I know I've got that, and the way it felt, particularly at the start of the rep, I think there's a chance I've got a bit more there. So I'm not definitely going to do it. I'll see how I feel on the day, but I'm saying there is a chance I will retest just for fun. And also because it will be so satisfying to get another PR. But like I said, it's not a definite. I'll just see what happens. So watch this space. That could potentially be coming. Right, here is the 4th set of 5, which, I mean, from about 3 sets onwards, it started to feel a little bit grindy. But when I kind of got myself psyched up and really focused on driving and pushing through my legs and stuff, then it came up fairly well. And I kind of knew I was going to get all 5 sets, which, like I said, is really good progress. Still, see that the bar is still a little bit wonky, particularly at the top of the rep. My right side holds it slightly higher because my right shoulder is slightly tighter, which is a little bit annoying, but I'm trying to fix that. Also, one last side note, my bum, you notice there, Some people have commented that I think my bum's lifting between the reps. I can assure you it is not. It does lift a bit, but it's still in contact with the bench the whole time. As long as it is in contact with the bench, it is a legal lift, and it always is. So if you really want to investigate my videos, you can pause and freeze frame it, and you will see not at any point does it actually leave the bench, which means that it's legal. So in your face. Anyway, here is the bodybuilding work from the last session, which was chest. It would have been chest and triceps. Because I was thinking about testing, like I said, I decided to do some back stuff, so I'll be a little bit fresher. So I did some bent over barbell rows, which I've not done in a long time. I need to get back on those. And then I finished the session with some lat pull downs on this machine, which looks quite strange. It kind of, the levers kind of come out at an angle, and your elbows almost do perform a bit of an arc, but actually you really feel it in your back. It obviously kind of replicates the movement that is required to engage your lats, and it works really well because I felt a lot of lat engagement here, and I did 4 sets of 12ish. And that was that, guys. So that was my session. That was my week of bench press. Big PR. Really pleased with that. Hope you enjoyed the video, guys. Please like, comment, share, subscribe as always, and I will see you tomorrow.